So let's just say one morning you wake up, open the door, having your coffee, and by your door you find one of these things. It could be a voodoo doll, un muñequito, with pins and hairs and all this crazy stuff. Or you might find una botella, a black bottle with substances that you just don't know what it is. You might find un paquete, or a package, black package with unseen objects within it, tied in red, in a black bag, tied in red. Or you might find weird powders. Maybe you might find some red powder by the door, or you might find some black salt or black substance by the door. Or you might find an object like this with nails and candles and wood and weird powders within it, all sticking out. What do? What's happening? You think to yourself. Of course, that's the first thing that people think is, what's happening? Well, I have to say that maybe te están tirando. Now, before I go any further, I want you to understand that I made this muñequito, this voodoo doll, for the video, okay, with the pins. I made it just for the video so that you can understand what I'm talking about. I'm giving you a visual. I made the botella, just so you can see. Oftentimes it's a black bottle with a red wax or some form of red substance. Maybe you'll find a paquete, looks something like this, black and red, or a gourd of some form with sticks and powders and nails all within it. So I prepared this just so that I can give you an example of what it looks like when someone has thrown a curse or thrown work, un trabajo, by your house or within your property. In Spanish, Hispanic cultures, folk magic, or spirituality, you'll often hear people say, agúzate que te están tirando. So one saying you'll often hear, mijo, te tienen ensalao. And I'll leave the descriptions down below. Or te tienen el nombre en un caldero. They have your name in a cauldron. These are signs, or these are saying that people are cursing you. They have you jinxed. They have you in a cross condition. Okay? So, agúzate in Spanish means sharpen your senses. Agúzate, sharpen up. Someone is throwing witchcraft on you. Someone's doing black magic on you. Está ensalado, you are salted. Salt means that nothing is sweet in your life. Everything is salty. The doors are unclosed. Te tienen tu nombre en caldero is they have your name in a pot. It could be a physical pot, or it could be a gourd such as this, where they place your name, belongings, and stuff like that, and they place items of black magic and witchcraft to cause you harm. Again, it could be a little bottle, or it could be a paquete such as this. Why red and black? I'm going to explain that real quickly so that you can understand the symbology of why a lot of brujos use red and black to cause harm, to cause black magic. It's the color of black magic, but it's not necessarily evil. I want people to understand that red and black in itself, by itself, is not evil. It's how the person uses these energies, okay? Many times, a brujo or an espiritista will prepare you a resguardo in a red black and sometimes tie it with black ribbon. That is fine, because it could be a symbol of what comes from dark, that which is darkness. You're giving life. You're giving, the color red represents the color blood. So you're giving life to that resguardo, that mojo bag, that paquete. In black magic, it represents life, okay, blood, and death. You want to curse an enemy. You want to close their pathways. You want to hex them, jinx them, okay? Oftentimes, again, it is the color of, often associated with lower level entities. Many paintings and drawings, you'll see the devils, often with red and black, but it also is the color of the messenger spirits that open and close the pathways. Again, from what is dark, we give life, but in this case is what is life, we're taking away that life. We're taking away that vital force, which is blood. So this, in this sense, it represents, you know, dark energies or someone trying to curse you, taking away your livelihood and making you, it's like it's so that you are in the dark. So these fetishes that you see here are some of the oldest forms of sympathetic magic. Sympathetic magic is described as a magical ritual using objects or an action resembling or symbolically associated with the event or person over which influence is sought. And these are the most oldest, these fetishes right here are the oldest forms of sympathetic magic that has been used since time immemorial. It is low level magic, often used to cause fear in a person, to cause nervousness, to cause depression. And in a way, it also is an object used to bring on negative self-fulfilling prophecy. When a person believes that these objects are going to curse them, they're going to harm them, what they're doing is they are creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so they give power into these fetishes. And of course, their mind attracts these lower level vibrations to them. So there are things that we should do to protect ourselves when we come in contact with either a voodoo doll, muñequito, a pot such as this, a bag, or anything like that, powders by the door, anything that you find, there are certain actions that we can do to protect and defend ourselves. So just like there is a rule of, let's say you are caught in a house fire, and there are some rules that just in case you just, God bless you all, but you happen to get fire on your clothing, and there's a rule of stop, drop, and roll. There are similar rules when it comes to when you find objects like this. And while the stop, drop, and roll is 3, when you see something like this, there's 6 rules that I want you to follow. I want you to stop, okay? Then I process what you're seeing. Then I want you to breathe. Then I want you to react. Then I want you to cleanse. Then I want you to pray. And then I want you to either perform divination or find an elder or someone who can divine for you to see who is throwing or trying to curse you. Okay? So remember, stop, breathe, react, cleanse, pray, and perform some form of divination. So many people will say, listen, go to a botanica and get this, or go to the spiritual supply shop and get this and spend money on this and this and that. Believe it or not, there are a lot of items within the home that you already have that you can use to cleanse, to purify, and to remove this negative magic. And I'm going to show you some items that I would use definitely, okay, to cleanse and to purify. But first, I'm going to stop. I'm going to look at what's happening. Okay, I see what's happening. I'm going to stop and process what I am looking at. Okay, first of all, when you come in contact with one of these items, please never touch them. Okay, do not touch them with your physical hand. Okay, but stop, look at it, and process. Have your mind process. Breathe. I want you to breathe slowly. A lot of people see an object like this and they start automatically breathing fast, and they get anxiety, they get nervous. You get anxiety, you get nervous, you're already losing half the battle. So when you see this, stop, process, take an inhale, exhale slowly, and get oxygen into your brain so that now you can react. So now that you stopped, breathe, it is time to react. I want you to go into the kitchen, okay? You don't have to go spending a lot of money. Go into the kitchen and find these items. You might have a lot of these items at hand. Holy water. I always have holy water, blessed in the Catholic Church. If you don't believe in Catholicism, use the holy water or that water which you use in your tradition, okay? 1, holy water. Salt. Sal. We always have sal. My grandmother used to say que falte todo en la casa menos la sal y el arroz. May everything in the house be missing but salt and rice, okay? Salt. I also have blue salt here, which I did a video before, and I'll leave a link down below. But you can use blue salt, and I'll leave the link on how I make this. But if you don't have blue salt, then any salt will do. Now that you have your salt and your holy water, keep looking through your kitchen and find any of these 3 items. Look around to see if you have turpentine or trementina. Turpentine, or as is known in English as the Spirit of Turpentine. Very powerful item for protection. I'm going to place it right here so that you can see it. And turpentine is distilled from the gum turpentine or pine wood. And we know that in magic and in spirituality, pine is a very protective wood. It gives us strength. It gives us courage. So if you don't have turpentine, you can use pine sol, king pine, any floor that has pine. Pine is very purative. Turpentine is used to remove all evil spirits and spells that are placed around you or around your home. The spirit of turpentine will chase away the evil that lurks in you or around your home. And in ancient times, it was a remedy for spiritual illnesses and can work wonders in getting rid of unwanted demons, lower level spirits, evil, negative vibrations, and spiritual enemies. Turpentine is also good because it attracts good luck and prosperity. So always try to have turpentine or trementina within the house. If you don't have turpentine, then you can use king pine or pine sol. Okay, remembering that pine, the wood pine, gives us courage, gives us strength, and it's very helpful in combating negative magic, gives us power. Now this by itself is pretty good, but if you want to add more to it, in one of my videos I made war water, agua de guerra, and I'll leave a link down below because you can use this also, the war water, to protect yourself, to defend yourself, okay? And I'll leave a link down below on how I made my war water, okay? So you can use war water, you don't have to, but these are items that you can find around the house to protect yourself. Creolina. Creolina is similar to tar water, very protective. I've done videos on this. Go check around. I'll probably leave a link down below how to use creolina. You can pick this up in a Hispanic market. Okay. And it's great for cleansing. This removes lower level spirits, lower level vibrations. If there's an aroma around the house that you can't find, believe it or not, I have dogs and this kills all, even urine stains and all that. Perfect. Speaking of urine, save your morning urine. Actually, pee in a glass. The acids within your urine can also be used for this to remove this black magic. So save your urine in the morning if you see something like this around your house. Also, use ammoniaco or ammonia. I personally enjoy the lemon scented ammonia. Lemon is good for purification, for cleansing. Okay, so there's just the regular ammonia and then the lemon scented ammoniaco or ammonia. And this is the big guns when it comes to cleansing. A lot of people, when they feel like they're being crossed or they find something in their surroundings, they wait too long. They run to a spiritual shop. They go to a botanica. They're spending money on this and this and that, when you can just use ammonia, ammoniaco, which is the big guns of spiritual cleansing. Ammonia is a strong cleansing agent, both physically and spiritually. It breaks hexes, curses, jinxes, black magic, and cross conditions, and it drives off negativity within your life. One thing I want to state: never ever mix ammonia with bleach. That will create mustard gas, and you will probably die with that alone than with any of this. Okay, so please never ever mix ammonia and bleach together. That's going to create mustard gas and you'll probably end up dead. So, but please have ammonia. I love ammonia. Always use it. It's very powerful within spiritual cleansing. You don't need to go spending so much money on products in botanicas or spiritual magical shops. You probably have half of these items. I'm sure you have most of these items within the home. Also, remember this very important rule. Now, remember that I made these for the video, okay, just so that you can see, okay? And I'm handling with my hands because I just made them for the video, okay? Whenever you come in contact with one of these things outside of your house, do not ever handle with your bare hands, okay? Many of these things contain poisonous herbs, pica pica, which is known as cow's itch, which can cause irritation, scratchiness. There's poisonous herbs that can cause a reaction, a chemical reaction to your body. It can make you very sick. There are powders in here that, like I said, can cause chemical reactions within you that will make you sick, and that right there will make you weak and will allow the influence of the negative magic or the black magic to work on you through fear, okay? So as a doctor, okay, as a surgeon always wears gloves. There's a reason why a surgeon wears gloves. First, to not infect the patient, but also so that the doctor protects himself from blood or human fluids. We don't know. Always use gloves when handling any items. Very important to have a box of gloves, and never handle any of these items with your bare hands, okay? So please remember when I said agúzate. Agúzate que te están tirando. Sharpen yourself. Because sometimes when we see items like this, we react very stupidly, carelessly. Okay, so please stop. Again, I'm going to say it. Stop, focus, breathe. So stop and focus on what you're seeing. Okay, let it go in your brain and see what pay attention to what you're looking at. Breathe. Okay, because if we breathe fast, we're going to get anxiety, we're going to get nervous, and we're going to lose the battle. Then we react by going into the house calmly and getting these items that I just showed you, the salt, the holy water, the king pine, the ammonia, okay, and also gloves, because you do not want to handle this with your bare hands, okay? A lot of brujos use pica pica In Puerto Rico, we know what pica pica is. You touch pica pica, that creates an irritation on the skin. It's so painful. And there's poisonous weeds and herbs that many brujos or sorcerers know that can cause a chemical reaction, pain and itchiness on the body. So please never handle these with your bare hands. So I want to show you, here's the trabajo. Now, of course, a brujo is not going to use so many. I have my gloves on. Now, you want to make it at least conspicuous as you can. Be the craziest, the brujo that threw so much. It could be just a doll. It could be just this. It could be a paquete. Or it could be a bottle. So I'm going to show you how to simply cleanse this. Take your salt. And make a circle around it. And then over it. Make a cross. So you see the circle and the cross. Take some of your urine mixed in with holy water and a little bit of, what am I putting in here? Turpentine or ammoniaco. Actually, sorry, ammoniaco. And just pour it on. The acid will burn all this away. Pa fuera. If you want to, if you want to as well, just a little bit turpentine. So remembering to use gloves, okay? Always have a broom that you use outdoors. Never use the broom, the same broom that you sweep inside for outside. Please make sure. Or use a spiritual broom. I have a video on spiritual broom. Remembering to use the gloves. Take all this and start sweeping it into a dustbin. Afuera. Afuera. So you can see I got everything into a brown or bag. Cover that up. You want to tie it. Okay? You're going to pass this over your body, over your aura. Not your body, you don't physically touch yourself. Over your aura to pick up any negative vibrations that may have been attracted to the aura. Place this to the side. Now, I have some holy water. I have some anil. And I have some holy water, anil, and salt. And I'm going to wash all that negativity pa fuera. And you want to make sure you scrub. Real good. Pa fuera. Con todo negativo. En el nombre de Dios. En el nombre gran poder de Dios. Pa fuera. Pa fuera. En el nombre de Dios. Afuera, mucha agua para afuera, agua para afuera, que la agua bendita saque todo lo negativo para afuera. Next thing is you want to get rid of this. You don't want to throw this in the garbage in your house. Bring this to a garbage far away from the house. You place it near the house, it's just going to stay around the house. So you want to get this rid of. You can leave it in a crossroads or in a garbage close to the house, but not around. If you want, just add holy water just to bless the house, bless the surrounding. Que lo negativo se vaya. En el nombre del gran poder de Dios, en el nombre de mi ángel de la guarda, en el nombre de los espíritus que protegen este hogar. Yo te saco y te maldigo. So here's the bag into a dumpster. Here's the glove that I use, and I always pay the spirits. And as you're heading home, or when you get home, you want to break bread, get your energy level back up. Nothing as good as a Hershey bar, chocolate. You can break bread with a piece of bread, crackers, fruit. Cut that corriente, cut that current. I'm gonna cut it with a nice Hershey bar. So now that we reacted, now it is time to cleanse. And here I made an herbal solution of ruda romero, albahaca, and epazote. And I'll put the English names down below. They're all very purative, protective. So I'm gonna save half and half. Half for a bath and half for a floor wash. Here are some of the herbs that I used. Ruda and epazote. So to this bath, I'm gonna add just a little bit of my blue salt. You don't have to, you can use white salt if you choose. I'm gonna add some holy water. This will be for my bath. If you have Florida water, you can add Florida water. If you don't, you can use Cananga water. Just a little bit of Cananga water. I'm going to use some albahaca, Colonia albahaca. You don't have to. Florida water is fine. To this bath, I'm going to add rompe saragüey. Remember that in this bath, I have ruda, romero, albahaca, epazote, and I do also have rompe saragüey, but I'm just showing you. And they're all very protective for cleansing and for removing black magic. And to this, you can also, whatever cologne you have, you could add Colonia 18,000. You don't want to use too much. And you can add some of this anil or crown blue. If you do not have crown blue, then you want to, or you could add a few drops of Mrs. Stewart's bluing. Just a few drops. That's a lot. And then I'm going to add a few drops, not too much, just a few drops of Amonico or Ammonia. Okay. And I have it already measured. Just a few drops. You don't want too much ammonia in there. Now in my videos, I also have a white bath, and I'll leave the link down below. You could use that bath if you want. This will be very good for purifying, for cleansing. And I'm going to add a little bit of cascarilla to this baño. Okay. This I will save for the ending of the night when I'm finished with cleansing and purifying. Now I'm going to prepare the floor wash. Before I go any further, I want to state that when you're using the ammonia or the ammoniaco for the bath, please, a little goes a long way. 2-3 drops is fine. Ammonia is so powerful that it could strip away both good and bad luck, good and bad vibrations at the same time. You don't need that much. Just a few, two or three drops is perfect for cleansing and purifying. And this I will use for bathing. Now this is my ruda, epazote, ruda romero, albahaca, epazote, and rompe saragüey. You can use this by itself to mop the floor, to clean the windows. You want to make sure you purify inside the house and around the house. You don't know if that negative vibration creeped in. This is perfect as it is. But if you want to, you can add a little bit of turpentine. Just a little bit. And if you don't have turpentine, you could add a pine sol or pine king. I'm going to add a few drops of creolina. Just a few drops. A pinch of my salt. This will be good for a cleansing. You could add right now agua florida, or you can add Colonia 1800s. This will be for your floor, to mop the floor. You could add colonia or a Tabaco 1800. I've done a video on that, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link down below. And also, just a few drops of ammoniaco, or the ammonia, right here. And this will be good for making sure you use this to, just a few drops, you use this to mop the house, clean around the windows. First, always sweep out the house, get rid of all the negativity, and then use this to mop the floors, wash around the windows, clean around the door frames. After you do that, then you want to smudge the house or fumigate the house. You can use skins of garlic and onions, which are very purgative. They cleanse and they remove. Put some good music that makes you happy. You recite prayers that you want to do, or whatever prayer that you feel that you need as you're cleansing the house, okay? And put some positive vibrating music that makes you feel positive. This will aid in cleansing the house. If you don't have garlic and clove, you can use palo santo, you can use sage, you can use sweetgrass, you can use incense, whatever you want, as long as you're removing that from the house. Okay, so this will be my floor wash. This I will do first, and then I will take, after I cleanse the house and clean the house, I will take a spiritual bath. And use this to mop and cleanse the house. After you mop the house and clean the house, make sure you get every corner of the house. And before you take a bath, also you can use 4 pieces of alcanfor. Place 1 piece on every corner of the 4 corners of the house. If you have animals and pets or small children, please be careful with that. You do not want your animals or your children to ingest this, okay? If you don't feel comfortable with this, then sprinkle salt. You can use white salt, sea salt, or you can use the blue salt that I have right here, and just take a pinch and sprinkle on each corner of the 4 corners of the house, asking God to send guardian angels to protect the 4 corners of the house. The angels are, if you want to know, Rafael, Gabriel, Michael, and Uriel. So now that I stopped, remember the 6 rules that I gave you in the beginning? I stopped, I breathed, I reacted, then I cleansed the house completely, and then I cleanse myself and I wash myself. I take time to pray and to meditate and to ask for divine intervention. In this case, I'm praying to San Miguel or Saint Michael, the Archangel, which you see right there. I have some incense burning for him, some water, a candle that I oil down with some holy anointing oil. And you can say a prayer to Saint Michael. You can say a psalm, which I'll leave right here. Psalms for protection against those who wish you harm. And then you just sit there and meditate and pray and talk to your spirits. I'm going to use the black Pater Nostri, which is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Bless this house that I dwell in. 4 corners to this house. 4 angels round my head, 1 to watch and 1 to pray, and 2 to bear my soul away. I go by sea, I go by land. The Lord made me with his right hand. If any danger come to me, Christ deliver me. For he is the branch and I am the flower, and God is my rock. And I pray to God to send me a happy hour. Four corners to this house, 4 angels around my head. Rafael, Gabriel, Uriel. And after I do that prayer, or any prayer that you choose, I can also use the prayer to St. Michael to protect me from my enemies, those that wish me harm. The house is pretty much cleansed and purified, and you're relaxed. Don't fear your enemies or those that want to harm you by night. Now, when you see something by your doorway like that, usually that is to cause fear within your heart, okay? True magicians or true people who practice the dark arts would never show something so visible, okay? So when you see something like that, as someone is trying to cross you and you come across that by your doorway or by your house, like I said, do what I've done. And then after that, cleanse and purify. And then if you have a godfather, a godmother, a spiritual elder, a teacher, get advice. You know, find a person to either give you a spiritual consultation, divination, just to make sure that everything is well, and if there's any other procedures that you need to do. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment down below. Please share my video on your favorite social media and with those who may enjoy the channel. And smash that bell button so you can get notifications of future videos. This is Sancista Brujo Luis, and I wish you all well. Many blessings. Sancista Brujo Luis. Que el gran poder de San Miguel, el gran poder de Dios y San Miguel, Arcángel, lo bendiga de todos los demonios, de todos los ángeles, de todos los espíritus negativos. Sancista Brujo Luis.